What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, it was the day of regionals, actually. I'm recording this the night before regionals, and I'm gonna bring the sound down a little bit just because it's a little loud for me. But if you're watching this, it's the day of regionals, which means I am gonna be live and casting regionals at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Yes, that's when it's going to start. I'll have the link down below to the Teamfight Tactics Twitch channel where you can go watch me. And today we are going to VOD review a player who is going to be in day one of regionals. This is Grea here. And honestly, the more that I have watched this guys in scrims, the more that he is the person I have the most faith in going into day one of regionals. So hope that I don't cast or curse him or anything like that, but I have high expectations. He's been playing a lot of scrims, been doing great in them, and trying some interesting lines, which is what we're going to look at today. So, Portable Epoch, I mean, these are decent enough, but Portable Forge is just feels so hard to skip that augment in general here. C2 Tanky, Reach for the Stars. I mean, a lot of good options here, but we opt to take Portable Forge in this spot here. Serpent, really, it's fine for Reach for the Stars, but honestly not amazing. And we are going to throw Silvermere Dawn onto Aatrox. And if you haven't figured out what comp we're playing yet, just rest assured, it's not a very standard line. This is one where let's keep it a little bit secret as we get further into the game, but you can see already some potential ideas shaping in Grea's mind. And this is a line that Grea has played a lot of over the past few days in scrims, which I will say, maybe a week ago, a few days ago, I started looking for VODs of this line. And okay, I'm just going to spoil it at this point because it's too much work to keep up the facade. It's a Caitlyn Aatrox reroll. Caitlyn Aatrox Nova reroll. And a few days ago, I started looking for VODs of this line because someone, I think TFT Academy finally put it onto their list a couple days prior. It had popped up on Twitter, and I was like, oh, interesting, like a new one-cost reroll line. I mean, I would love to take a look at this. And I said, okay, is anyone top 4 with this line? And the answer was no. I looked far and wide, and I could not find a single person top 4ing with this line, which is usually a bad sign. Usually that means that this is the most bait line of all time. But what I will say is Grea has put a lot of work into this line, and I think if there were ever a spot to make it work, it would be something like this: Silvermere Dawn start, Aatrox 2, and Caitlyn 2. We have the Rod open for Guinsoo's Rageblade, which is a pretty good item onto Caitlyn. The 5-cost dupe's a little bit awkward, but we could live with it. Kind of funny if we're thinking of playing this. It seems like we would feel a little bit bad. Like, normally you would be happy to just take the Evelyn here, and we are going to pick that up. I do think if we didn't know that this was a Caitlyn Aatrox reroll game, then you would just take the Evelyn one here, say, okay, maybe I hit a solid 4-cost, boom, ASOL. Okay, maybe we just play like ASOL Mighty Mac from this spot. But oh my god, Grea with the full limit test says, nah, I don't need ASOL, even though I have a duplicator, even though I have every reason to potentially think that this could be an ASOL game. Nah, I'm all in on Caitlyn Aatrox reroll. It's actually somehow a tongue twister every single time I say it, but we're all in on it. We are hard forcing this. Now, should you do this at home, kids? I mean, only time will tell. Let's see how this game goes for Grea here. But yeah, I mean, to a little bit more about Grea's just performance so far in his scrims. He is one of the players with the most scrims played so far. He's got a really solid AVP. The last 20 games I saw in scrims from him averaged a 4, which is just very, very solid, nice AVP. And yes, second most scrim games in the last couple of days once the patch has gone live, aside from Precedent. Precedent has this Precedent guy. I'm pretty sure all he has done is sleep and play TFT, which, I mean, if you're about to play the biggest tournament of the set, is probably a pretty good thing to do. But it is definitely, it's not for the weak-minded. It's very, very difficult to play that many games of TFT. But I mean, hey, shout out to him and grinding, and certainly Grea as well. So to look at this spot, we have pretty decent items. If you guys haven't played this line at all, which you probably haven't because it's a very weird one, the normal BIS for Aatrox is Gargoyle, Titans Resolve. And so you can see why something like a Silvermere Dawn would be really, really good on Aatrox. The CC immunity is what you were looking for out of the Silvermere Dawn. And I mean, it's also great stats onto this guy. It's the Armor Namar. It basically is both of the items that we're looking for in one. It's the Gargoyle and the Titans Resolve, which is really, really cool. We're going to roll down here a bit, try to pick up up some of our units. Gonna roll actually pretty deep into the 30s, but not really able to find too much. We do get the Gwynsu's Rage Blade and are probably gonna be forced into making the Anima Visage onto the Aatrox here, but it looks like we're gonna hold it for now because we're not sure that we can beat this board, though low key, I feel like we could have actually won. I feel like our Aatrox would have been unkillable with the Redemption Slam, but maybe he doesn't mind the loss. Next augment here, Electrocharge seems fine. We do have these extra rerolls, so we can go for kind of anything we want here. Certainly Sand United doesn't seem very good in this spot. Size matters. I don't love this augment that much in general. I think Twin Guardians can be okay. Small Grab Bag looks like something good to get us back online, but no, he is going to go for the Twin Guardians here. Gonna mean that Gargoyles is gonna be kind of an awkward make here, but I've seen a lot of people prio this augment. I think a lot of people in general just love the value of Twin Guardians here. I mean, it's a lot of stats. 100 HP, 35 armor, 35 MR. It's a lot onto your two main tanks. You're usually not really worried about tanking more units than two. Obviously, it's awkward to position in some comps like, you know, the Master Yi comp and stuff like that. But in a line like this, where you're frontline, backline, I mean, it's pretty easy to go for. Gonna roll down a bit here because we're getting kind of close to some of this stuff here. Still picking up the Akalis here as well. Like I said, this is a vertical Nova game plan. You want to reach Caitlyn 3, Aatrox 3, and then reach 5 Nova is the main way to cap out with this board here. And the whole reason why this line really, I mean, it was getting played a little bit, you know, once in the scrims, and the main idea is that these guys Nova bonuses got buffed. Aatrox's Nova bonus did not get buffed. Actually, it was Caitlyn's and the Akali's. It's interesting because you'll see a lot of people still Nova Aatrox on this board. I've seen people go back and forth. Literally, I was watching Grea in a scrim earlier today. He Nova'd the Caitlyn for a few rounds, then Nova the Aatrox for a few rounds. And like, you could actually kind of see reasoning why you would go back and forth. It's a little bit weird, but you know, some matchups you need more damage, some matchups you just need more time. So you could lowest of keys make an argument for it. But we do find our Aatrox here. We could use our 5-cost dupe on Caitlyn, and we actually do it. Wow. I mean, that is the cheapest 5-cost dupe I've ever seen in my life. It's quite rare that you end up using it on a 1-cost, but I mean, to be fair, the amount of gold that we would have to spend here to roll for Caitlyn 3 would be so much that I don't think it's really worth it to hold on to the 5-cost dupe for some other random unit. So it makes sense, as crazy as it is. We also end up fitting in 3 Timebreaker on this board. Not even the Akali, really just want the Econ here. I think what Gray was thinking in this spot is that we're actually very likely strong enough to win these fights, and so we could just collect the free Econ from playing Timebreaker here. Kind of funny that we do immediately rotate into another board and lose, but to be fair, we are playing 3 units that basically do nothing. I mean, at least we are getting some traits. We're getting Fate Weaver here, but the Riven's doing literally nothing. I mean, the Pantheon, he's Brawler, but it's really, you know, not amazing. And the Riven is literally doing nothing, right? So, I mean, she's 3 Timebreaker, has no combat value onto your board here. So we are now going to get her out, get the Akali in, and going to look to push 7. I mean, the upside with this board is that, you know, you do get some nice traits in, and you get the free attack speed from Timebreaker. Downside is we have no Bastion in it for the Aatrox, yet you'll see a lot of people fit Bastion in on this board. So we'll see how Grea wants to exactly cap it out here. We've reached the Gargoyle here. We are going to make red buff onto Caitlyn. I've heard this is an option for Caitlyn. The only thing I kind of hate about it is the fact that she doesn't spread red buff whatsoever, but it's an item that you can put onto her. Guardbreaker actually not bad on her either because she's getting, you know, a lot of sources of damage, auto. She can stack this up pretty nicely. And of course, she's a Fate Weaver, so she gets that spell crit for free. So it actually is pretty reasonable. And you can see the Kate doing good damage here. I mean, let's get a damage check here. Yo, 10,000 damage. Caitlyn is not bad by any means. All right, last augment here. Ascension could be okay, I guess, and then you could go Aatrox as your guy. I don't think you want Crash Test Dummies, anything like that. Honestly, Explosive Growth, yeah, I actually love this pickup here because this is going to allow us to actually push levels, get some good stuff in, and we're actually going to go for the double greed here. Explosive Growth, plus we are going to fit the Riven back in on this board here. It's kind of funny because Akali doesn't add that much to the board if you think about it, right? Giving your team precision when, you know, Caitlyn's already receiving precision just gives an extra 10% crit strike damage, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's not nothing, but it's not crazy. And so we are going to make the call that, you know what, the board's pretty good with this giant Aatrox here. Every fight that we can win here is a ton of free EXP for us to push 8 with, especially because we're also getting that EXP from explosive growth. So it's a bit of a greed, but when you win fights while greeding, greed is good. You know, there's no reason not to greed if we are allowed to win fights here. And it seems like that's what we are going to be allowed to do right now. So we can hopefully keep this streak up and keep it going here, rotate into a LeBlanc 1. But I've seen many LeBlanc 1s before and said, oh, it's fine, it's LeBlanc 1. And then this exact thing happens where all of a sudden our front line is just dead to LeBlanc 1. And yep, that is Santaporo here taking the win and us dropping down to 3rd place in HP. Not the worst. Soraka's Embrace is so bad. You kind of wanted the HP from Soraka's Embrace, I would think, here. So I wonder, no, we are still going to go down the Evelyn path. Just take that 2-star 4 cost. The gold is pretty valuable, and yeah, just can't bring ourselves to take Soraka's Embrace. That one is just not very good. Do find a Morgana too, which is actually a fantastic pickup for us. This can be our duo tank on this board and can help carry us to level 8. So yeah, fantastic there. It does mean we're obviously going to drop out of... Whoa! No, we're not. We were thinking about dropping out of 3 Timebreaker, but decided to get it back in here, even dropping out of the Rost here. That's wild to me, but hopefully we can win. No, we certainly aren't. So we're going to get some free rerolls, but I'm really surprised about this play, honestly. I would for sure be playing Rost on this board, but I guess the thought is we just want to get as much econ as possible so that when we do go 8, we can hit everything that we need. We do pick up the Kindred here, which is huge. We're going to get the 5 Nova in here, get the Milio back in for Timebreaker, and we are going to Nova Strike the Aatrox here. So this is the idea. The guy that didn't get buffed this patch, though honestly, you know, it's in some ways a good sign. If he didn't get buffed, that usually means he was good enough already. Obviously, the Aatrox ability is this boom big thing where he throws his sword down, CCs the entire board for a little bit, and deals some physical damage that does scale with his armor and MR, same as his ability, or just with his armor and his AD. And so you actually end up in this world where this Aatrox with a lot of resist actually does a decent amount of damage to the entire enemy board here. We are just going to pick up this one. Huh, interesting here. So that he can go for double gargoyle here. Wow, yeah, just really wanted to greed that double gargoyle here. Even though we do have the Silver Mirror, just says, you know what, you can never have too much armor and MR on a unit like this. Obviously, he does have a built-in heal, and so one of these units where if you can get enough resist onto him and then he can heal himself up with that flat heal, he can just go infinite. That's the idea here, right? Is just go double gargoyle, make him as tanky as possible, throw a Silver Mirror on top of him along with that, and just make him this impossibly tanky Aatrox. Obviously, we cannot get really full gargoyle value here because of the Twin Guardians, but we can do something like this where we put him in the middle, throw Morgana on the left or the right, just try to get her as far away as possible from enemy carry, and just you know, keep her there and get value out of all the other units focusing on the Aatrox. And look at that. I mean, Darth Noob's board was not bad by any means, but Aatrox, wow, wait. Aatrox dealt 11,000 damage here. This is no hero augment. This is just, I mean, look at the damage here. His ability does 1,400 damage. His ult deals 900 physical damage. I mean, that is actually insane damage from a tank. This guy's literally a tank that is actually just cleaving this entire board here. So definitely a believer in the Aatrox on the Nova Strike here. And yeah, it is looking quite good here. Aatrox doing good work here. Oh my God, wait, we just beat Dish Soap's board? Okay, I was the biggest non-believer for a long time, but this game is actually making me a bit of a believer. I mean, look at this double trouble, has 2 Orns on this board, has Samira 3. I'm shocked that Gray was able to actually win this fight, but the Aatrox just with the setup is just cleaving through boards here. Gonna rotate into Marcel P's board with this very stacked up Jinx with the hat. We'll see if we can get through here. I mean, the Aatrox did a lot of damage to backline, but we just have to finish off the rest. It's close, but we do beat Marcel P here, so that's a 4 streak on stage 5. This is normally when 1-cost real lines are supposed to fall off, but actually, we just seem to be getting stronger, low-key. It's actually crazy in this spot here. Gonna just take the Anvil here. We don't need to build anything like Armor and Marshred, obviously, because we're playing Nova here, so we can just finish out either Kindred items or Morgana items. Gonna opt to go for the max cap for Kindred items, and gonna go for the... It's a bit sketch, but gonna go for the level here for the Rost here. 3 trait Rost is not the biggest, but he is a unit on the board. He's not bad. It's RNMR to make the Aatrox even stronger, and we know that even though we've won 4 fights in a row, we're not really expecting to win the lobby, right? This is not a win-out comp. This is a play for top 4 comp where you hope that you can, you know, steal placements from other players. And so that is what we are going to do in this spot, is not, you know, be the hero and try to go for first here. We're just going to try to be as strong as possible, just, you know, spike to 9 when we can, get every point of HP saved, and just try to take our top 4, because look what we're fighting here. I mean, that last board was pretty strong, and this is Vex 2, Sona 2, Nunu 2. The Aatrox ult does so much damage. I wish we could have Aatrox Nova and Caitlyn Nova for augments that they're going to add to the set, because there's no time. But, you know, if they were to add an augment to the set, getting 2 Nova strikes would actually be kind of sick. Low-key, Riot Games, hire me. I mean, low-key, wouldn't that have been a cool augment for Nova? Actually, I might be a genius. All right, top 4 locked in for grea, which once again is really what you want when you are playing this line, and is honestly very impressive to me, because once again, I've seen so many people bot 4 at the line. It does look like we are getting pretty capped out here. We do have a lot of gold to roll. Can pick up the Shen, which is good. Pick up the the Corki 2, which is nice as well. Looking at potentially dropping out of the Rost, but can't really find something better to play. This Rost is honestly depressing me, but hey, we can get to 3-item Corki here. Red buff, i.e. GS here, looks beautiful here. And we are going to fight Dish Soap again here. Dish Soap, we beat him last time. Aatrox doing good work, but the problem is he's getting hard focused this time, and I think he just died too quickly here. Wait, Kate's on backline. Oh, is a close fight for grea, but not enough to pick up the dub in the end there. Oh, and then Santaporo guy died as well. I think they actually, did they FF after this, saying, oh, there's no way I'm getting better placement than this? So the game is going to be won out by Dish Soap and Degree here playing this Yi board. Also the part the C is Yi, where they divide the positioning here. So that's going to be it for me here today. My next VOD review is going to be a game, maybe one that I casted on regionals that I want to VOD review. So once again, 1 p.m. Pacific time is when all the action starts. I will be casting the first game. So you can come catch me there. I will be casting a few games, and then I'll be on analyst desk for a few games. So I'll be on the broadcast the whole time, but, you know, some games be casting, some games be on the analyst desk, and going back and forth between that. So I'm super hyped. Definitely check out the stream and, you know, write something nice in the Twitch chat. I don't know if I'll be able to watch Twitch chat, but I'll definitely, you know, maybe go back and watch it later. So thank you guys for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, the Teamfight Tactics Twitch, also is going to be down below, and my Metafy for all your coaching needs down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching as always.